So I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed to be over here. Tomorrow is our deep dive on awakening conscious leadership with the Exchange community. And I feel so incredibly excited for these next 3 days coming up. And this over here, I want to introduce you. This is our leadership team that will be holding the energetic container for the entire community. And I think we have about 100 people showing up. I think that's, it's going to be the most well-attended deep dive of them all. So I would love to introduce you each to this extraordinary group of people. And I'm going to invite each of you to share, well, let me introduce you as I go around, or anything you want to say about yourself. But the question I'd like to invite is, what inspires you most about these next 3 days? What is your highest intention for this Awakening Conscious Leadership Deep Dive for yourself and for the community? I'm wondering, Adair, maybe should we have some journaling music for this for reflection, or should we just jump right in?
I think we can just jump right in. I just put a note in. I was going to put a note in the chat.
Okay.
Because we got stuff we got to do. So.
All right. Okay. So, Adair,
may I offer a support here?
Yeah.
I love this question. And hi, everybody. Sorry, I was
this
walking through the snow when we started.
Snow.
May we give everybody a moment and music to reflect, and then actually have them share in small groups first?
Okay, I love it, John. And then I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause this because this is honoring John leads the Exchange community, and this choreography is important. So what we're doing over here is modeling the very thing that Exchange embodies, and that is, it's a choreography first of one, small groups, and then to large group. So we're doing the exact thing we're going to be doing in the training. So thank you, John, for that. And I will let you and Adair facilitate this opening exercise for people to experience the magic of what you're offering.
All right, cool. Hey, you could say that I lead this community unless I'm out slogging through the snow like I was 2 minutes ago. I'd actually, Danny, thank you for kicking it off. I actually just want to welcome everybody, if it's okay, and just build a couple of bridges and say hello to all of you as a group. So Robert, Gina, Barbara, Leah, Monica, Linda, Ezra, Dion, Rachel, Allison. I love the launch of your recent, I don't have the name in front of me, but I have it to go visit your site. So congrats on that. Les, Rachel, Monica, Dan, maybe there's another Dan on this call. Hey, I just want to welcome all of you. This is really, really exciting. And Danny, I want to come back to your question in a moment. I want to anchor all of us in this team and what the purpose of this team is and why we're here, because there's some of you who have been on leadership teams before, and there's maybe half of you that have not been on a leadership team for any of our deep dive events or our online exchange experience training. So I actually just want to address, the intent and the purpose of this team from a macro perspective. And then I'd love to come right back to this question of what is it that called everybody to be here this week. So by show of hands, how many of you have been on a leadership team before with Exchange? Okay. And I think for a few of you, this might be your first leadership team. Who might that be? Is that Allison and maybe and Gina? Okay, cool. Awesome. So there is a very simple backstory history to the concept of the leadership team. This is something that we've been doing going back 7-8 years, as far as I can remember, where within the broader group that's coming together for an event, we invite a subset of that group to come together before and also during the bigger event, for this group to be a catalyst, kind of a nucleus, a group that sets an intention and also has a certain groundedness that we bring into the rest of the group. Because for those of you who've been on one of these leadership teams, you know that this is an opportunity for you to not only serve the broader group, but also serve your own experience as a participant. Because just to be really clear, in case there was any question, all of you are have the open opportunity to be full participants the whole week. Being on this team does not take you out of any of the experience. If anything, it might just deepen what happens for you while you're in it. So the high-level purpose of this leadership team is twofold. One, it's for us as a group to have interactions outside of the main training that create a positive contagion that makes its way into the training. But also there's a purpose that's for you, and that is for you to get through this experience an additional perspective, a different layer of benefit or value that we hope serves you when you leave this training and go back into your worlds of all the events that you lead and facilitate. So I just wanted to set that table around the history and the intent of this leadership team. I know we're here today, the day before the training. We'll be huddling each morning. We have a different question or activity or purpose and approach that we'll take in each of those mornings. And it usually involves a mixture of setting intention, which we'll come back to right now, to that question that I showed up that was being presented, which sounded beautiful, and a mixture of tactical, here's what's going to go on during the day, so that you might know how to serve that or bring your own ideas to how we best serve the whole training. Who's excited for this week?
Yeah.
Hey, you're all welcome to be here right now, unmuted. It might be almost a little bit more human.
Yeah, right.
Unless you have heavy construction. It's kind of nice to actually hear your breathing or anything that comes through auditorily. So let's do this for this call. Let's come right back to that question that was presented earlier. And I only caught the tail end of it, but did I catch, Danny, the essence of it is what called everyone to be here this week?
Yeah. So, John, however you want to frame it, because you're the master of asking questions. So I will defer to you in coming up with it. What I had seeded as a possibility was engaging in a question of intention and purpose. And, so I'd framed it of, what is your highest intention for this week for yourself in terms of awakening conscious leadership, and for the intention for the community. So I will defer to you to refine that.
Oh, well, let's go with that. Let's go with highest intention. And I'm going to put that on the overhead projector. And I'll bring some music in a second. If all of you have a pen handy, that'll be helpful. And the question here is highest intentions for yourself and or for the broader group. And you're welcome to reflect on that question. And whatever emerges for you is beautiful. Highest intentions for yourself and or the broader group. And give me just a second and I'll get the music in here. Highest intentions for yourself and or the broader group. You're welcome to start reflecting. Any words or ideas or reflections or images that emerge. You can draw a picture. You can even just meditate on the question. Your highest intention. For yourself. Maybe for those who will be joining us this week. You might also think about the spirit and the purpose of what brought us together. This deep dive this week is about awakening conscious leadership. And even without a shared definition, I think there's something shared about that purpose that brought us here. And you might ask yourself your highest intention for yourself, for those who will be attending this workshop. But what about beyond that, for the world that this work will touch because we are here? Take a moment or two and reflect and enjoy. Dan, how's the volume? Good? Okay.
chances to realize our destination. Oh, oh, oh,
What is your highest intention for yourself, for others, for those who this deep dive will touch, who we will never meet? Your highest intention for how this week serves life. All right, and we're going to send you into groups of 3. You'll be in these groups for just about 6 minutes or so maybe a couple minutes each. If you feel like you finish early, you're welcome to go back around and appreciate anything collectively or individually that you heard. And if you don't finish, that's okay. We'll let you know when there's 3, 2, 1 minute left, but about 6 minutes. So Jana, we'll do groups of 3, please. Are we ready, or do you want me to buy time? So as you reflect on your intentions, just for this last moment, I'd like for you to imagine the 3, 4, 5-year-old version of you right now whispers one more answer. A beautiful, extraordinary, childlike answer to this question. And just for fun, just to play, if for the last moment here, the 111-year-old version of yourself were to enter into the center of your intuition, what's an extraordinary yet even embarrassingly obvious answer to this question that hasn't yet emerged, that the wisest version of you, maybe the timeless version of you, says, here's your highest intention for you, yourself, for others, for the world, for being here this week. You can take that thinking into your groups. We'll see in about 6 minutes. Everybody do an abstract dance move that pairs nicely with the music, and then the blue box. This is a Zoom update. You'll actually only get the blue box once you're, yeah, nice work. We'll see you in 6 minutes, everybody. Have fun.